how should you start marketing your business online? Maybe you went through a lot of pain knowing like, hey, what should I do? Should I start like going on Twitter? Should I start doing stories, reels, TikToks, podcasts, all of that? Where should I start? What should I do? Because all those guys are telling me, hey, do that thing, it works, or do this or do that, and it works as well. Yes, but I cannot do it all. What should I do? I'm with you. I get it. And that's actually something that happened to me, the same thing. I think like a lot of us, we went into in front those guys, those gurus, those guys that know it all about online marketing, and they all tell you, hey, you should post every day, do this and that, post on every platform 160 times per minute, like those guys, you know who I'm talking about, which is true, but it creates a lot of confusion. And I'm with you. I understand that it may seem a lot, and you don't, when you're thrown into that universe and you don't know, you just know how to go on Instagram and like a few things. I can understand that, hey, this may be a bit too much for you to begin with. Maybe you need something to bite on, or something that's more efficient with your time. Or if you do not have a team of 160 people to create content for you. I get it, and I'm with you. And I went through the same things because I wanted to market my business as well. I wanted to make sure, hey, my clients, I wanted to know what I can deliver to my clients to give them the best results. And I wanted to make sure as well, hey, that I grew as well on social media. Come on, man, because attention is key. Today, attention is one of the best resources, one of the best things somebody can have. Because when they have attention, people listen to you. And especially with everything that's going on today, that's incredibly important. And how do you get that? I'm going to make sure that you guys get that for your industry and your business. I'm going to talk about that right now. So first, I got three tips that you should follow in order to make sure that you get to know how to use and how to start to use social media, online marketing to start marketing your business online right now. First, I want you to focus on mastering one tool at a time, one after the other. And that's incredibly important, incredibly important. Now, I'm the guy that's going to tell you as well, when you have the occasion, go omnipresent, go everywhere, go on all the platforms that you can. Yes, you should definitely do that. But first, what you should do is mastering one too, because if not, you're going to jump from one thing from the other, from one to the other, and then you're not going to be a master. You're going to be mediocre, average at best at each and every one of them. And you don't want to do that because it's going to take you a lot of time. It's going to make you miserable, and you're going to have a lot of struggle learning all those things. So what you should do is first focus on learning one. Hey, I'm going to start with podcasts. Start with the one that seems to be the one that makes the most sense for your industry. And then go on and implement that. Master this one. And the quicker you master it, the quicker you can move on to add another tool. But you got to master it first. Master that tool and then add another one. Don't go from one to the other until you mastered one. Number two, learn how to tell stories. That's by far one of the most important and one of my favorite tips, because when you learn how to tell stories, you have that ability to be thrown anywhere on social media, whether it's Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, podcasts, wherever you're going to be, you're going to be able to be there and to make sure you get results. Because people always go like, hey, how to use Twitter, how to use that platform, how to use ads, how to use all that. If you know how to tell stories and make sure that they deliver the results that you want them to give, wherever you're going to be, if you talk, if you have video, if you have text, you're going to know how to make sure you get the end results that you want if you know how to tell stories correctly. So learn how to do that. Skills that can basically be took from one platform to the other, and that are going to benefit you, especially learning how to tell stories. Number three, I want you, and I know a friend of mine, Rebecca Kramer, is going to love this one. Go live every day. Why should you do that? Going live every day seems to be a bit of a daunting task, and it can be 2 minutes a day, 30 seconds even. If you want to make 1 hour, do what makes the most sense for you and for your business. But if you go live every day, you're going to be able to quickly be thrown into a high pressure situation that's going to help you master the tools and master the things that you need to practice, especially telling stories. For example, going back to tip number 2. Hey, if you want to learn how to tell stories, you can do that through text, through videos. But in my opinion, one of the best ways to do that, and the quickest way to do that as well, is to do that while you're alive, because there's no second take. Like here, there's no second take. This is live. If I F up, I'm on live, and that's unfortunate. So I need to make sure I don't. So the hardest is the way for you to practice that. Of course, in the beginning, maybe start little, but the quicker you go into an environment that's more challenging for you, the better you're going to be. Hey, the more you're going to train, if you go at the gym, the better, the stronger, the faster you're going to be. Exactly the same thing here. So that's how I advise you to make sure that you go and you reach the goals that you want.